Very good morning to you. When my son Liam was little, I asked him, would you like some chocolate or ice cream? He said yes. He wasn't gullible. He wouldn't fall for that. Actually, he's 27 today, his birthday. I'll go back to it. Still doesn't, why doesn't my clicker work? Technology. Still doesn't work. I'm optimistic. It'll work. I can describe you my images. לא, זה עדיין לא עובד. דניאל, לא עובד. That's back. על האדום דווקא? Okay, it's the other way around. I design products and cars. Now, people buy cars with their hearts, not their minds. It's an expensive purchase, and even people who think that they are making a rational, analytic choice, they are not. Between us, only between us, all cars do the same. They take us from A to B, usually and preferably through very heavy traffic jams. But still, car designers are doing their best to seduce us, to make us fall in love with this car, with this ground product. So yeah, I design also cars. Oscar Wilde said once, only shallow people don't judge by appearance. I trust you're all deep people and you do judge by what you see. However, sometimes appearances can be misleading. What might seem like a weapon of mass destruction is actually something that can save our life. This is the inside of a CT scanner. And it makes me think, there's beauty inside, not visual beauty. There's a lot of wisdom, there's science, there's physics, chemistry, engineering, and it saves life. But it looks not very appealing. It makes me think about our body, human body. I'm going to present something slightly morbid, I apologize. We are probably the most sophisticated, complex machine on Earth. And this is actually a real person. It's a dead body, sculpted or designed by a German physician and artist, Dr. Günther von Hagens. He takes real dead people and in some special technique reconstructs them without the skin. And when you look at the human body without the skin, there's something strange because all the beauty and complexity of inside are not visible. In a way, we need a cover, a skin, a presentable of what's inside that we can appreciate visually, emotionally. So, back to this machine. I was asked a while ago by a big company who develops CT scanners to design a new CT scanner. And there's a question for you and for me. Why on earth would we want to design something that saves our life? Yeah, okay, it doesn't look very safe unless you're a very curious engineer and you wouldn't want to be around it. Okay, so just shove it in the box and it'll be fine. And that's what Siemens did. And it was actually a joint venture with Siemens. I started working, and quite in the beginning of the project, I was, it was a lesson in modesty, in a way. I understood quite quickly that my tools as a designer are quite limited. Tools to try to reduce anxiety. If you're sent to be examined, yeah, it's not physically painful, but emotionally very heavy. It can change your life. So I really felt limited a lesson in modesty. And it happened that just before that, I finished designing this luxury bus. And again, I was trying to express freedom and adventure and invite people to go to new horizons. And I remember I presented my first sketches on the wall to management. I'm not inventing it. They said to me, "Very impressive, your design, Mr. Padwa. Only your CT scanner seems to be leaving the room in 150 kilometers per hour." You see, I was trained and tamed as a car designer to evoke emotion. And here, I had to retrain myself to reduce the emotion. So I did that. It won international prizes, and it was sold at the end of the day to Philips. Another question that comes, or I'm asked when I design these systems, is, should it be functional or aesthetic? Does it ring a bell? Chocolate or ice cream? The question is illegitimate. It's a bit like trying to divide a number by 0. It can't be either or. Imagine a toaster in your kitchen. You put the slices of bread, they come out crispy and golden and wonderful smell, but it looks awful. You don't want it in your kitchen. So it can't be functional. You see, the physical function you can measure. Aesthetics is function for your soul, which is as important. I need some water. Excuse me for 1 second. Forgot to bring my bottle. You can subtract that from my time. I'll respect the 15 minutes, don't worry. Thanks for your patience. Sorry. I'm going to share with you quickly a few projects in the high-tech medical field. This is another CT scanner for spectrum dynamics. And again, it's a very clever, sophisticated machine. And it looks the way it looks, and it needs a face. And we go through the classic, really classic, process of designing. A lot of hand sketching, trying to find the right image that would reflect some of the wisdom and beauty of the inside. And also 3D, again, with all respect to AI, I have more pleasure doing it than the AI. And management went for a quite courageous concept, which is asymmetrical. So we built the model, the first prototype in Israel. It was quickly presented in different exhibitions in the world. And I have the pleasure and satisfaction every week, I'm not exaggerating, on LinkedIn, I see our baby positioned in different hospitals around the world. This is London, this is Grenoble. I love this. This is in the Austrian Alps on its way home to hospital. And last week, Japan. Another CT scanner we designed. This is Philips. We start every project with observations. I won't go into it because we don't have time. It's an exciting voyage. Cardiovascular, very compact CT scanner by Arineta. The first prototype. Look how small and cute it is. What a satisfaction after seeing it in your sketches and on the computer. It's a funny thing. It's the only project that we did that looks better in life than in renderings and photo. I don't know why, but it does. It won us a prestigious prize in north of Italy. I went to collect the prize, and don't be fooled by my smile. It was 35 degrees, like now in Europe, and I suffered, but I smiled. CT scanner, spectrum dynamics, quickly. A console for minimal invasive procedures. Sorry. This is a device that analyzes and diagnoses your health through your eyes. And this is a smaller one. And Eitan Stiva, the Israeli astronaut, was examined. He was supposed to take our design to the space. Finally, it was a bit heavy, so we sent another scientific experiment. This is not a sculpture, but a console for, again, minimal invasive gynecological procedures, surgical, assisted by robots. And at the end of the day, with all the constraints, it ended up being much more compact. And again, it's small, very useful around the world, hospitals. A totally, well, almost totally different, just a bit of a change. 2012, these three gentlemen, Jonathan Weintraub, Kfir Damari, and Yariv Bash, were sitting in my studio. And they were telling me, they told me, about this challenge that the Google X Prize announced. The first, I'm reminding you something that you already know, the first team that would send an unmanned spacecraft to the moon, sorry, move it 500 meters, and send fresh videos to Earth will receive $30 million. There were about 25 or 30 groups around the world starting the race. They designed something very compact, very clever. This weighs 200 kilos. They added 400 kilos of fuel. The idea was that it lands, uses its own rockets to sort of leap like a grasshopper. It was accepted by the juries, and someone told them, listen, until now, 2012, only the Chinese, the Soviets, and the Americans reached the moon. Not the Swiss, not the French, not the Germans, not the Japanese, none of them. You got a chance of landing on the moon. Design it, it looks so, Strange thing is, I believed them. I literally believed they're going to go to the moon. What does it say? It means that they were a very, very good salesman, and that I'm quite stupid maybe, or naive, or Israeli, or. So, we started working, they disappeared for 3 years, and they came back, I swear, with these very basic drawings. And they said, we're leading the race. Only 5 groups are left in the race. We're leading. We have a launch contract with Elon Musk in 2 years. We've sold everything, collapsible legs, petrol tanks, rockets, solar panel, everything is sold. Please design it. We have a meeting in a short while with our president, Robi Rivlin at the time, and the president of Google X Prize. And for us, no, before that, you can't remove anything. You can't cover anything. Every gram counts. And for us, it wasn't a space mission. It was a justice mission. You know why? Because this mechano-wise thing is such a clever engineering and science and design. There's so much ingenuity inside, but you can't see it. I'm not pretending that with our design you could see it, but at least can we excite people with the design? Can we make someone, kids, fall in love with this big adventure called science? So, this is the first sketch model that I did, and we designed it, and they were very, very happy. We built a model. This is our president. This was in the airport. And as we all know, no, before that, they told me that our design actually stayed on Earth. The competition was canceled, but they went on. It raised money. Our design apparently raised $100 million. And my son said to me, Papa, it's a pity, if you designed it better, it would have raised more money. So we know it didn't end like that. It crashed on the moon. This is the last picture taken by Bereshit, 20 kilometers above the moon. There was a human error, someone pressed restart, etc. It crashed. This is the crash area for half a minute, photographed by NASA. It was a big pity, but I think had it landed safely and in one piece, people would have said, it's an easy thing. The Americans did it 50 years ago with computers. Now we have computers. Still is a hell of a challenge. The Japanese crashed a spacecraft last year, the Indians too, and then they succeeded. Still, It's a big thing. I want to invite you to a panel of Shenkar, also, which will be held sometime afterwards, 2 o'clock or something. And I want to finish by Somerset Maugham's quotation, who said, "It's a funny thing about life. If you refuse to accept anything but the best, you very often get it." Thank you very much.